Hello friends, I am Professor Sunil Bairagi from KK College of Agriculture, Nasik. Now our today's topic, that is the determination of cations, that is calcium, magnesium, sodium and potassium from irrigation water. So when we talk about cations, the cations means those which having positive charge. Okay, there is a two types which are present in irrigation water, that is cations and anions. So when we are considering the cations means this is positively charged ions. Okay, so that we are called as a cations. If you see the calcium having positive charge, plus 2 charge, magnesium plus 2 charge, then sodium is having positive charge, and while considering the potassium, this is also positive charge. So let's see how we determine this cations from irrigation water. So for the determination of calcium, the main cations present in irrigation water are calcium, magnesium, sodium and potassium. In this section, methods for calcium, magnesium, sodium and potassium are described. The most common and reliable method of calcium and magnesium determination in irrigation water is by compleximetric titration using disodium salt of ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, that we are called as a sodium salt of EDTA. That's EDTA means ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. So the principle involved in this, when disodium salt of EDTA is added to water containing both calcium and magnesium, the calcium is determined separately with chalcone indicator with 10% NaOH solution giving pH of 12. So in this the calcium and magnesium are separately determined, while in case of calcium, the calcium is determined by chalcone indicator. As and then as sodium EDTA forms a stronger complex with calcium, the solution changes from pink to blue color. So while we are taking or working in titration, the color changes right from pink to blue color. Record the volume of standard EDTA for calculating calcium in water. So when we are titrated against EDTA, record the volume which we require. The next one, that is reagents. So first one, that is standard calcium solution, that is it's having 0.01 normal. Okay, so for that 0.01 normal, weight 0.5 gram pure dried calcium carbonates and dissolve in 10 ml of 2 normal HCl. So this is the procedure for the preparation of standard calcium solution. Heat till the solution boils and carbon dioxide, okay, that means CO2 is completely driven off, then cool it and make the volume accurately to 1 liter. So for this the standard calcium solution. Okay, so these are the procedure to prepare this calcium solution, and this solution is used for standardizing EDTA. Then next one, that is EDTA solution, that means ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid solution is of 0.01 normal. So for that purpose, weight 2 gram of worcinate, that means disodium dihydrogen ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. Okay, so dissolve it in distilled water and make the volume to 1 liter. Then standardize against a 0.01 normal calcium solution. So third one, that is sodium hydroxide. So the sodium hydroxide is required of 10% solution. When we are considering the percentage, it's always we have calculated compared to 100. Okay, so for that preparation of 10 gram solution, you have to take 10 gram NaOH in 90 ml of distilled water. So this make your 10% solution. Okay, then fourth one, that is chalcone indicator. Dissolve 20 milligram of chalcone in 50 ml of methanol. So when we are preparing this chalcone indicator, remember that chalcone indicator should be always prepared freshly. Okay, if for the estimation of calcium. Then potassium ferrocyanide, that is dissolve 4 gram of potassium ferrocyanide in 100 ml of distilled water. Then next one, that is hydroxyl amine chloride. Okay, so this hydroxylamine hydrochloride, for the preparation of this, dissolve 5 gram of hydroxylamine hydrochloride in 10 ml of distilled water. Okay, these are the reagents which are hydroxylamine hydrochloride and triethylamine. These are the reagents which are mainly that is packed in bottles, and that is present in ready form in labs. Okay, so and last one, that is triethylamine, that we are called as a TEA reagent. Then next one, for the determination of calcium, the procedure, that is first one, that's take a known volume, that is 10 ml. Okay, this is known volume. We are taking the 10 ml of water sample in clean 100 ml of conical flask and dilute it by adding 25 ml of distilled water. So first you have to take 10 ml of water sample, and then you have to add 25 ml of distilled water for the dilution purpose. Okay, then add 10 drops of hydroxylamine hydrochloride, potassium ferrocyanide, and triethyl amine. Okay, then add approximately 5 ml or enough. Okay, those which are required for that particular sample, that means, or enough of 10% NOH to raise the pH to 12 or higher, and 5 drops of chalcone indicator. Prepare freshly. Shake the content well. Okay, so when in that particular 25 ml, while adding 25 ml distilled water, after that you have to add 10 drops of this hydroxylamine hydrochloride, then potassium ferrocyanide, and then triethylamine, then approximately 5 ml this 10% NOH, and 5 drops of chalcone indicator. Shake the content well. Titrate with standard EDTA solution till the pink color changes into blue color. While we are adding all the reagent, the color of that particular solution is pink. So when we are titrated against EDTA, the color changes from pink to blue. Then second one, that is record the volume of ml of EDTA used. So for that purpose, you have to record the volume of EDTA that we are or require. Then last is calculation part. So we are considering the calculation, that is we are calculating milliequivalent per liter. So ml of EDTA, that is the required, and the normality of EDTA then into 1000 upon water sample. So we have to take ml of EDTA, that is required, while for the titration purpose, the normality of EDTA, how normal you have prepared this EDTA, then into 1000 ml, and then upon water sample, that is we are taking the 10 ml. Then next one, that is determination of calcium and magnesium. For that purpose, we are using Erythrom black tea. Okay, we are called it as the EBT indicator. For remember it, while we are determine the calcium, always remember we are using a chalcone indicator, and while we are determining calcium and magnesium, at that time we are using this Erythrom black tea indicator. Okay, this is the major difference between the determination of calcium and determination of calcium and magnesium. So calcium and magnesium in water sample are determined by titrating them against standard EDTA solution using Erythrom black tea indicator. Then ammonium chloride and ammonium hydroxide as buffer to give pH of about 10. Then the color changes from wine red to bluish green. So in case of calcium and magnesium, the color changes from wine red to bluish green. So while we are considering the calcium, the color changes from pink to bluish. Okay. Then principal sodium EDTA forms a stronger complex with calcium and magnesium in the alkaline buffer medium of pH 10 using Erythrom black tea as indicator. At the end of reaction, the color of indicator changes from wine red to blue or bluish green. Then reagents required, that is the first one, that is buffer solution. So how you prepare this buffer solution? Add 67.5 gram of pure ammonium chloride in 570 ml of concentrated ammonium hydroxide and make to 1 liter with distilled water. So when we are considering the buffer solution, remember the procedure, add 67.5 gram of pure ammonium chloride. So you have to add this ammonium chloride in 570 ml of concentrated ammonium hydroxide. Okay, So you have to take 570 ml of this ammonium hydroxide, and final volume you have to prepare, that is 1 liter. Then second one, that is Erechrome black tea. Weight 0.5 gram of EBT dye and 4.5 gram of hydroxylamine hydrochloride, and dissolve both in 100 ml of ethyl alcohol. So the ethyl alcohol, it is of 95%. Then EDTA solution is of 0.1 normal, as we seen in calcium. This is also in this calcium and magnesium determination. This is also of 0.1 normal. The next one, that is for potassium ferrocyanide. Then triethylamine, and then calcium solution. So in this we are required the calcium solution, that is of 0.01 normal. So next one, that is the procedure. Take a known volume of 10 ml, known volume, that is 10 ml water sample in 100 ml of clean conical flask, and dilute the content by adding about 25 ml of distilled water. Then add 1 ml or enough of buffer solution that we are prepared, that right from ammonium chloride and ammonium hydroxide buffer, to raise pH to 10. Add 10 drops of each of hydroxylamine hydrochloride, then potassium ferrocyanide and triethylamide, and 4 drops of indicator. The procedure is same as a calcium, but in case of calcium plus magnesium, we have to add 4 drops of EBT indicator instead of Calcon indicator. So it will give wine red color to the solution. So titrate against standard DDTA till color changes from wine red to blue. Then at the end point, no tinge of red color should remain in the titrated sample. So remember it while we are performing the practical. So add no tinge of red color should remain in the titrated sample. So in same case, note the volume of EDTA that are required for the titration. Then calculation part. So calcium plus magnesium. Remember it while we are considering the calcium determination of calcium magnesium. Those calcium and magnesium we are determined from this method. So ml of EDTA, then normality of EDTA, that is 0.01 normal into 1000 ml upon water sample. We have taken that is 10 ml. Okay. So in lastly, so for the calculation of magnesium, we are calculating this magnesium right from calcium plus magnesium minus magnesium. Okay. So combinedly, right from calcium plus magnesium, we are subtracting this calcium to obtain magnesium. Okay, this is the all about calcium and calcium plus magnesium. Thank you.